Have you ever worked so hard that your hands hurt, your sleep disappears, and still your life doesn't move forward? You watch others grow faster, earn more, and smile easier while you keep grinding. You come to the office before everyone, leave after everyone, yet your colleague works fewer hours and still gets promoted. That moment hurts. You start doubting yourself. You quietly ask, why am I still stuck after giving everything? This story will change how you see hard work and smart work, and reveal why the hardest workers are often the most exhausted, not the most successful. In a small farming town lived a man named John. John was known as the hardest worker anyone had ever seen. He grew basic crops, corn and wheat. Every day, before the sun rose, John was already in his fields. No excuses, no breaks, no complaints, just effort. By night, his body was broken, his hands cracked, his back stayed bent, his mind stayed tired, and still, his farm barely paid the bills. Each season ended the same way, just enough to survive, never enough to grow. Next to John lived Mike. Same land size, same weather, same soil, but Mike grew fruits, berries, peaches, tomatoes. His fields looked lighter, his days looked easier, and his income much higher. This comparison slowly crushed John. One evening, John sat alone on his porch, staring at his dirt-covered shoes, and whispered to himself, I did everything right, so why am I still behind? A few days later, John saw Mike leaving his farm early, laughing with his kids. John finally asked, do you even work as hard as I do? Mike didn't argue. He simply said, I don't work harder. I think harder. Mike explained something John had never considered. You believe effort decides success. Mike said, but effort, without thinking, is just suffering. Mike had studied market demand. He chose crops that paid more, not crops that felt familiar. He planned seasons in advance. He focused on fewer things, but the right things. He rested, so his mind stayed sharp. He made decisions, not just movements. The truth hurt John more than fatigue ever had. He wasn't lacking strength. He wasn't lazy. He wasn't unlucky. He was lacking clarity. The next season, John changed. He still worked hard, but now he paused to think. He asked questions. He studied prices, timing, soil value. He didn't stop working. He started working smart. He used weather apps, smart irrigation, modern tools that worked for him. Even while he rested, he stopped copying the past and started designing the future. Months later, his income improved. But more importantly, his disappointment disappeared. John finally understood. Hard work uses the body. Smart work uses the mind. And a tired mind can never win. If this story made you think, like, share, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, are you working hard or working smart?